rocking with Block Boyz Radio. Block Boyz Radio. Busting through them airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio. Block Boyz Radio. Busting through them airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio. Block Boyz Radio. Busting through them airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio.
On the CoyoteMan Show Network and Hula.
Yes. What it is, y'all. We back right here on the CoyoteMan Show Network, y'all. Listen, this is episode 18, y'all. We 2 more episodes away from episode 20. I appreciate y'all for checking in with us, tuning in to us. All these episodes in right here on the CoyoteMan Show Network. We here each and every Tuesday. We right here, the only place to be, the only show to watch, right here, Block Boy Radio on the CoyoteMan Show Network. And each and every Saturday and Sunday, we on the Hooligan Express Radio. So y'all know what it is, y'all. I'm your boy, Block Boy Shufa, the new voice of the city. And my arm's strong, y'all know that. And listen, I'm in here with a special guest, man. This man is multi-talented. He's an actor. He's an artist. He make music himself, y'all. And then also, not only that, he's a podcast host. He have his own podcast. Y'all know him from the Smoke Station. He go by the name of Nico Barnes.
Nico Barnes,
my God.
What it is, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Staying focused, staying consistent.
Listen, man, how I feel from going to being a person interviewing a lot of people to being a person who get interviewed.
I mean, it's nothing new. It's just back to regular scheduled program. Because before I had the podcast, I was the one that kept getting interviewed.
Yes,
then
sir.
I transitioned to interviewing.
Right.
Wow, now still getting interviewed. And then tomorrow it's back to interviews.
You stay busy too, man.
I ain't got no choice, bro.
Listen, when I first met you, we was in the studio together.
No, real shit.
You feel me? Then I see that you came out with a podcast, so I start watching you. You feel me? Like, bro, got it going on.
No,
you
real
feel
shit.
me?
But I had that idea since 2018, though, for everybody who don't know. Like, it ain't just, because everybody want to do a podcast, I'm going to just come up with a podcast. I actually love and enjoy watching podcasts on my downtime besides doing other stuff and staying busy.
Fact.
So with that, with me already having interest in it, I'm like, yo, I love to watch it. But my mind thinks different, a lot different than most people. So
Right.
with that, I had to put myself in everybody's shoes and see how everybody was going to benefit, from the people who watching it to the people who don't know about it, to the people who getting referred, and to the people who love it. And then from me being a host, and even from everybody who being guests, I had to put myself in their shoes too. So once you do that and you dotting your I's and crossing your T's with it, you'll be good. But everybody wants to have a podcast, but the difference is the content.
What I tell people is a difference between a lot of people in this industry, because some people come in and I just want the clout, or some people come in and I just want the money. And what you gotta realize is you're not about to come out straight with money.
No,
and
you
your
not.
Stuff not gonna blow up over one day. You gotta put the time in. You can't
I don't care if you have Diddy on your podcast for the night. It ain't gonna blow overnight.
Yes, sir. Because when I first came up with Block Boy Radio, I had a lot of big artists. You know this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My stuff ain't blow up that quick. It took a whole almost a year before mine blew up. You feel me? So, but before we go forward onto the podcast, let's let the people know about the music side. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you are an artist.
Yeah,
you
first.
Feel me? So let's know a little bit about why, the reason that you became an artist, the reason why you started making music. Like, what motivated you?
I mean, well, as far as what made me want to do it, my father started doing it first.
Okay.
So it technically run in my blood. Like, he started when he was 12, and just it happened so that I started when I was 12.
Right.
And then off of that, he wound up listening to old hip hop, Jay-Z, M.O.P., and KRS-One and everybody else. And I already had liked it, but I was still on my other side listening to R&B, so I had both sides. But I was already a music fanatic and was on music, and that was one of the main things. Besides everything else, I was catching, and always was gravitating to. So I'm like, one day I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And since I started, I ain't never stopped. But with that, people don't know I started in a group first.
Okay.
With my older brother, shout out Jay for real. We was in a group together. That was when I was like 16, and then that was for a couple years, and after that I went solo, and then this where we at now.
Okay, so speaking of you being in a group, what was your group called?
It was called the B-Boys, bro.
The B-Boys?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what it was called.
So is that something y'all just like, all right, we gonna be the B-Boys, or like how the name came about?
I mean, that was just one of the names we felt like stick for real, and we just ran with it.
Okay, so as a group, like what type of music was y'all into, or you know?
We was in this is way before trap, so I'm gonna say we was invested in the hip hop, and we enjoyed it. The R&B too on the other side, but it was really hip hop because it wasn't. This is around the time when nobody really focused on rapping, and when you told somebody you rap, they didn't take you serious, bro. You was a joke, you was a laughing stock. But now you got everybody wanting to rap, wanting to do a podcast, or wanting to say, yo, I'm about to go rap on a beat. But beforehand, it was on the tip where they like, all right, yo, you about to rap, yo, go ahead somewhere with that. But now it's like, oh, you about to rap? I rap too. Or yo, let me hear something. Before it was, don't nobody want to hear that. So with that transition, everybody still got to think about it. You got to take yourself serious. People only going to take you serious as you take yourself serious. And that ain't even with just you talking or somebody being around. That's really with your work ethic.
Right. So, you know, the transition from being into a group to becoming a solo artist, like, how was that transition for you?
I mean, the transition was easy because I felt like even though I did a lot when I was in the group, like I felt like a lot of weight was off my shoulders because I didn't have to worry about, even though it's my older brother, shout out to him, even though he don't rap no more. Like, I didn't have to worry about carrying every weight with two people. And when I made a decision, I didn't have to think about, oh, before I make this decision or choose and stamp something, I gotta call him first. Now I don't gotta call nobody. Now it's to the point where I'm just focusing on me. But the only difference is because now it's from a group to a solo artist, now I'm starting over, fresh. Name, image, everything. I mean, I'm still me regardless. That's never going to change regardless of what field I'm in. But end of the day, I had to build an image. Everybody think they could rap, and that's fine, but you got to be marketable. That's the key. Like, a lot of artists nowadays can rap, got a fan base, or I'm going to say a good enough or handful full of fan base, but they cannot sit here and be marketable. It take a certain artist to be marketable. Okay.
So when you became a solo artist, like, what's one of the obstacles you overcame, you know, to be on this solo journey?
One of the obstacles I overcame with the transition, I would say, is staying consistent and knowing that as long as you be you, regardless of you being marketable and building into this solo artist, that everybody gonna respect you. Right. And even though I ain't with the fake facade or putting on no images, still it's just the principle that everybody wants to become this solo artist, and they get this image or have to build this image. It's on the tip where they want to have facade so everybody can like them, they can get clout, everybody can relate to their music. But at the end of the day, it's gonna catch up with you.
Okay. So, you know, being in a music career, how many, you know, songs or albums or mixtapes have you created?
In a solo?
Yeah.
I'ma say I say 6.
So what is your favorite?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a favorite because I feel like with each project I evolve and it's a bigger, better me.
Okay.
So, I mean, right now, I don't have a better one because I don't have a best one because I feel like I'm still getting better with the time. So, with that, it's just like the more music I make, eventually I'll find the best one.
So what can you say? Do you have a song that you felt like, you know, that you put on the tape, but you was like, I don't know, and it really caught people's attention?
Yeah, it's a song called Big Shit. That I got. Shout out to my cousin Hayes Boogie. I had him on there on the song, and he loved the song. He still talk about it still to this day, like as if he made the song and I was featured on it. But I'll be like, all right, it made it, but it ain't my cup. Well, I ain't gonna say it ain't my cup of tea, but it's on the tip where it's not my one to easily gravitate to so heavy.
Okay. So what can you say is one of your best songs that you listened to from when you was in the group? Your favorite song?
I don't know, bro, because when I was in a group, we did a lot of music. Like when we first started, and this is before we knew about ad-libs and underneaths, we just knew record, make sure your syllables and your vowels and your consonants were straight, and that everything was heard and pronounced right, and that your flow was on point. So with that, we did, when we first went to the studio, we did 5 songs in an hour. And ever since then, I had kept that same momentum. So it's like with us working on so much, around that time, if somebody would have interviewed me, well, no, people did interview me back then, but if somebody would have asked me that same question around that time, I definitely could have gave a solid answer of which one. But because I don't even listen to it no more, but I still know it when I hear it, I can't really say I got a favorite.
So do you have a artist that kind of motivates you, or or artists that you used to look up to, like, all right, I'm gonna be high this in one day? Or
now, is you talking about on a major scale or just far as I'm gonna say as far as motivate, I'm gonna say Dolph. Rest in peace to Dolph.
Okay.
And that's only because how he was about the money, independence, and how he was really about building.
Right.
And self-wealth and generational wealth. And then we're bringing everybody together and everybody being their own boss. Everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be the top person. Everybody wants to have the look, be the one who is the hottest or the one that's most talked about. But everybody don't know their position. Everybody got a position play, and everybody got a placement in the field. It's just you got to get in where you fit in. But don't sit here and step outside your placement that you are graded of the services or accolades that you graded doing in that placement. Because if you do, then it's going to mess everything else up, including yourself.
Right. So, top 5 artists, dead or alive. Then your top 5 artists that you work with.
As far as like the ones that's major,
it don't have to be just major. Like top 5 anywhere. Any artist.
Now you talking about on a music level, right?
On a music level.
I say, and there's no order. I say to do Peasy from Detroit.
Okay.
Of course, I say Dawg.
Okay.
G-Rock.
Okay.
Who else? I got, that's 3. I got 2 more. That's hard. I say Biggie.
Okay.
And last one but not least. I say Snoop.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. Snoop. Snoop. That's a good one.
Yeah, I say Snoop.
Would you label yourself as a rapper or artist?
An artist, and it's a difference because you can. I just told somebody this last night. You can sit here and be a rapper and know how to rap or freestyle or both, and can't make a hit song.
Yeah.
Or you can freestyle, but when you go on stage, or you can make a song when you go on stage, you can't perform.
Okay.
A lot of artists don't know how to do crowd control. A lot of artists really don't know how to hold that mic right.
That's true.
And be very stiff within their performances. And this is nothing against nobody. I'm just speaking in general, what I see and what I notice. Also, another thing with artists is that they don't know how to take constructive criticism.
That's true.
or network.
That's true.
A lot of rappers just rap and don't know how to transition. And then, like I said, again, you have to build an image. You got to be marketable. It got to make sense. You got to be willing to work and talk and network with people with or without a manager, because if you don't, you will be lost in the sauce. You will be stuck. And on top of that, you will never get further in your career.
That's facts.
You will be stuck in a bubble.
That's fact. But listen, man, when we come back, right, we gonna hear more from my man Nico Bond on his acting career. Then we gonna get into it with the Smoke Station. Listen, I don't want y'all to go nowhere, because we still here, right here, and y'all know who it is. Your boy Block Boy Shooter and your guy
Nico Bond, dog.
So y'all know what's going on. Don't go nowhere. Coyote Man Show Network, you heard?
The Coyote Man Show Network and Hooligan Express Radio.
Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio. Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways. Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways. Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the Coyote Man Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio. Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio. Block Boyz Radio, busting through the airways. Now rocking with Block Boyz Radio.
On the Coyote Man Show Network and Hooligan Express Radio.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is, man. We back right here, episode 18. I can't stress that enough, y'all. We really on episode 18. Listen, we 2 episodes away from 20. Y'all, we gonna keep going. We gonna keep going and keep going and keep going. So stay with us, man. Stay with us. We appreciate everybody who tuned in, who following us, who interacting with us. We here. But we still here with my guy Nico Bond, y'all.
Nico Bond, dog.
So listen, let's talk about the transition from being an artist to also stepping into that acting field.
Now, with that, I'm like, yo, I know I've been consistent for a very long time with the music, all over, like to the point where with the music, I done had fans out Hawaii that from dudes that was like 15 living out there, tried to pay my homeboy to sneak them in the club out Hawaii just to see me perform. I done had on the tip where one of my fans out England, he paid $50 for the first CD I had that went solo, and it only had 6 songs on it. And he asked I told him I only wanted like, I think it was $10 for it. He turned around and straight said, "No, I'm sending you 50." that's what it's worth. Now as far as the transition, I was like, yo, I'm so focused with that. But I know I love movies and always want to do acting. So I'm like, let me go ahead and do it. My brother, Fat Mike, shout out to him, and King G.
My guy, Fat Mike.
Definitely, he was turned down. When he was in a group, just like how when I was in a group, he needed me in a video.
Mm-hmm.
He needed me to improvise. A lot of people who act or interested in acting don't know the difference between improvise and script. Right. Improvise is straight going off off a scenario or just straight off the top of how you want to do it, but you got some type of structure with a dialogue, but it's still going off, but it got to make sense.
It got to make sense.
But the script is written, detailed, structured, and already on point. Like you got it together.
Yeah.
Now, then when I did that, I straight did that one take, and it went smooth. Then after that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep doing it. So then after that, it was this movie called From the Bottom with my man Dwayne Hurt. Shout out to him. When we did that movie, that was his first movie he did, and that was the first real movie I acted in. Okay. When we distributed and put it out, it was on Redbox. That sold over 30,000 copies. Then we had it was on Tubi. It's still on Tubi right now. It's still doing real good. And we had people out Colorado, Seattle, Florida, Chicago, and a lot of places grabbing the DVD because it was in Best Buy too. And then once I did that, I just fell in love with it. But everybody think you need to go to school for it.
No, you don't.
It's not necessary if you go to school. You can if you want. Some people might need to go to school.
To perfect it.
To perfect it to a point. But with me, it's just natural, and I'm a person who's real great at observation. I tell people all the time, observation is the best game in the world. You just gotta watch and really fox the situation out and the people you're around and how they talk, their posture, how their dialogue is, and their tone, and the facial expressions.
Yeah.
You peep all that, you'll be good.
That's true.
But with the acting, everybody gotta understand, like, you gotta be on time. You can't be late. Your time is not their time. And then you gotta really take risks. And don't think just because you're in a movie or a TV show that you're getting paid for that is going to blow, none of that. And if the film good as far as the dialogue and how the scenes look, and not even just the camera or just the lens, like as far as the actual film and the scenes in it, it'll probably go real far. But it all depends on your marketing budget, the people that's acting in it, how it look, who your audience is. All that plays a part.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, with that, I was like, yo, if people see me go so hard as being a solo artist, then I got to go just as hard with acting, because you got to be taken serious. You want everybody to take you serious, so you got to go full throttle. You got to go in there with both your feet kicking through the door and your hands, to the point where when you see somebody wild out like that, like a girl wild out, or when somebody die, like how it was on Boyz in the Hood.
Yeah.
When the mother got mad.
Right.
That's how you gotta do it through the door though. But you gotta rush.
Right.
Like with no hesitation, you can't allow nobody to tell you nothing different, that, oh, it ain't gonna work, or yo, what you doing, or come on now, I take you as a joke, you ain't serious. You can't let nobody doubt you. And you gotta get it done.
So with that being said, do you have a actress, anybody that you've seen, before you start taking the journey that, like, when I start acting, I'm that's kind of like motivating to you?
Not really, but I'm gonna say as far as an actor that I would say that I look up to or feel like, as far as on an actor perspective, Denzel.
Okay.
And that's not because of how popular he is, none of that. That's because of his roles, his acting skills, like, and his credential, his resume. Like, he didn't play each and every role you could think about. Only role he didn't play was somebody getting on a dress. That's it.
And you played in a lot of movies here in the city.
Yeah, I played in a lot of movies.
What's one of your favorite
TV
movies
shows,
that
videos.
What's one of your favorite movies you starred in? I'm gonna say this new film I did called Decisions 2 with my guy Dez from GMD TV, and GMD Dev, most definitely. They had me play a dirty knocker. Okay.
And it wasn't necessarily the role I wanted to play. I was given another role, but once everybody went over, not the casting call, but everybody just went over their lines and everybody went over as far as who fit for what better.
They realized you can fit there.
Yeah,
better.
because of how I was saying it, and then because I was being funny without necessarily trying to be funny.
Right.
It was just how I come out. It's natural.
Okay. So.
And that'll be in theaters too.
Okay.
In 2023.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
What are some other movies that you're actually going to be in?
Queen of the Blocks.
Okay.
I'm playing the dude Gunna. With you.
Right.
And then what else we got? The Baltimore Bandeo with you.
Oh yeah.
What else? It's a movie called Sullen.
Okay.
It's like a hard thriller film. What else? Teresa Kicking Doors. I'm doing that too. What else? And there's a couple other films too that I'm still waiting to come out. And then I got other films I'm doing out California that I'm writing. About 4 of them, and we got to shoot those. And then there's some more feature films that I'm waiting to shoot in the process before 2022 is
That's
out.
dope. You staying busy, my guy.
Yeah, I ain't got no choice. Oh, and I act in all the artist videos too.
Yeah.
And I was doing that heavy too. It was like that. That was wild. I was doing that so consistent to the point where one day I was at West Emerson Village, and a dude straight pulled his car in the middle of traffic, leaned out the I think it was out the sunroof or either the passenger side, and he was on the driver's side. And yo said, yo, I remember you, you was in that video, yo. You was in my man YGGT video, yo. And I was like, really? People acting like overacting the scene. But at the end of the day, you don't know how everybody else feel on the outside looking in.
Because some people, they when they watch a visual, they look for how the visual is. They not just listening to the song no more. Now they looking to see, like, do the song add up to what the visuals gonna be, or you know? So that's kind of dope. Somebody scoped that out from a visual that you was in. So,
and that wasn't even the only one. That was another one was when I was in the dude Big Chapo video, and I had got booked for that. Shout out to Maggie 2 and Stars. When we had did that, everybody kept reciting a line. Because basically I was supposed to be a dude who was basically hating on him and basically down talking him. So I'm basically saying he not like that, he don't really spend no bins and everything else. And like we was on Instagram Live, like we going back and forth. But everything like I told you, it'd be off the head, it just come out natural. Cause I'm used to it. I've been doing it for so long. So with that, one of the lines that everybody kept remembering when I said, "You not a big dog, you're not a big dog, use a little dog. Matter of fact, use a chihuahua." So when I said it and the way I said it, everybody kept me in on the tip where, yo, that was really funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that caught me off guard. And I guess because ain't nobody say it, but when you think about somebody walking and dogs is barking and they supposed to act like they the big dog, the littlest dogs or chihuahua, what's the one thing we say? Man, go ahead, ain't nobody taking you serious.
Right.
Use a little dog.
That's true. That's
So that's the way I came with it, went with him, and it was just straight off the head. It was recorded, and it just flew perfectly.
You told us what was your favorite role that you played. So what's your...
I mean, well, I ain't gonna say it was necessarily favorite as far as right now, as far as how I felt with the scene and the dialogue and the chemistry and everything else. It was because I knew it was me, but then I know how I felt because I done been in shoes where I done been a dude on the side multiple times being investigated, talk shit about police brutality, the whole 9. So I know how to I know how to feel. And to play the other side, even though I hate the other side with a passion, like it was different, but I still knew I was acting the whole time. Like I know what's the difference. And that's the thing about movies and TV shows and videos too. A lot of people, once you play a role real good, bro, to the T, and you really make it on tip where people feel like it's believable, or that it was you, people put the stipulation on you that, oh yeah, that's how you really act, or that's you, or you would do it so good, like on a TV show, like on a big TV show we watch, you will have a whole different name and a real personality and be a real human being, but because that's how you really is and play it well, everybody say, no, that's your name.
Okay.
Or that's you. Like even with you, when yours come out, like the dude on Baltimore Vandale, when you told him, oh no, You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Now everybody know you was being chill. But when they see that, that's what they gonna keep thinking when they look at you.
Facts. I definitely appreciate that.
Already.
And far as you've been in all the movies. What's one of the movies you could say you felt most comfortable at? Like, why? You feel me? Like,
I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, bro. All of them, bro. It's just natural to me. So it's like I be used to it, but I just be waiting to get there so I can feel a vibe and then see how everything go as far as the chemistry, and then just go from there. And then I be directing a lot of stuff too, like the Baltimore Bandeo. I helped direct that, and I shot some of it. And then a lot of them, I've been so good at doing the sound and directing and doing it with the slate and everything else that I done play each and every role when it comes to film too. So it's like I look at stuff different on a different aspect than most people.
right. So what's okay? Far as doing the movies, playing in different movies, different shows.
Yeah.
So what's one of the biggest obstacles that you played that you had to overcome in one of the films that you've been in?
That's a good question, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even think I reached that yet. Matter of fact, no, I'm lying. It was when I had to act in a TV show called Thou Shalt Not for TV One. I acted in these artist video called Zombie Gang, and my man Nelson, shout out to him and Camp Icon. Definitely the team. When we had did the video with Mabani, and I had acted like I was one of the guys that he was killing, I had to lay down and act like there was blood dripping on me, everything else, over top of a machete. Now that was the video, but I just brought that up to say after we shot that, we took a picture. The next morning, I wake up from a DM from a TV One receptionist to book me for the TV show. But what everybody don't know, even these big actors or bigger celebrities, like regardless of what role you see them on, don't think just because they had a statue of in their career or because they name or any of that they can easily get a role. They still got a trial for this role for it to fit. That's what people don't think. People think just because of the level everybody on or the clout or the money or the connections that, oh, they just got it. No, they still got to try, see if it's going to work or it ain't. But with that, the TV One, I had to, do an audition and everything else. And then once I did that, after that, they straight hit me back and gave me the biggest role they had. But that's what they was already giving me anyway. I guess they just wanted to see if I could really pull that off. And it was like on the tip where they wanted me to be like some type of porn star killer or something. And I was like, that's different. I'm like, yo, I don't know. That's a little bit out of my element, like the way I had to talk and everything. But at the same time, I transitioned from it and it worked out. That was one of the acting gigs I had got paid for. But the only thing was getting a ride going there. It was definitely far. I ain't even gonna lie, but it was worth it.
I appreciate it. So let's talk a little bit about the Smoke Station, bro. How you
Definitely.
You say you've been sitting on that for years.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit how you know.
Well, for one, with that, I was like, all right, yo, everybody, and this is around the time when Drink Champs first came out. Like when they first came out, like when they used to be in the house doing their podcast. And I was like, yo, everybody got one that drink. Or they got one that they drink, but I'm not really a drinker. But when it come to drinking, I can, I can handle liquor, no problem. But you never gonna see me talking about going to no bar. I don't care if somebody die. Oh, yo, I need to drink. I'm stressed out. I need to drink. Celebration, I need to drink. Nope. Where is the weed, bro? That's it. So I was like, we don't really got too many smoking shows, or no smoking shows are really somebody dedicated to smoking. Like, ain't nobody teaching about nobody ashes or the way your blunt's supposed to burn or really dedicating to something that somebody smoking. Like, people got to think about it. It's a lot of people who drink, but it's also way more than smoke. And it's way more than smoke because people with alcohol, they'd be easier to come out and just say, oh, I'm drinking, I'm about to go to the bar. People talking about weed or smoking, that's totally different. You got elderly people that wait to go in the house and smoke. But now that it's about to be recreational, like California and everything else, everybody about to come outside and smoke. So I say, yo, that's one of the ways that I could be different and then still dedicate to my personality and being me. But don't nobody really focus on stories, bro. Everybody wants to focus on clout, focus
Facts.
on what you doing the hottest,
Facts.
who you beefing with, who you got a
Facts.
diss song with,
Facts.
or even on the tip of who you just did some business with.
Yep.
But don't nobody really focus on the story. I tell people, it could be somebody, your camp, family member, whatever, or the closest person to you, whether it's management. But if they don't know your story, they can't say they salute you, support you, benefit you, none of that. All that's dead and out the window if you don't know the story. And I'm talking about the personal story, not the story that we want to know, the story that everybody don't tell or don't find out about.
Right.
So I was like, everybody don't do that. So that's another thing. And I love that. And then I was like, yo, if you gonna come totally different, you gotta come dumb hard with introductions. Introductions is a big part in this podcast and radio, especially with podcasts.
Yes, sir.
Because you can sit here and have an introduction, bro, and it be phony or cool, and a person to turn it off within the next 2 minutes and won't turn your show back on based off an introduction alone. So if I know you or not, if I got a banging introduction or out of this world introduction, I'm gonna keep your eyes glued. You gonna be in tune off the break, whether you know the person or not. Like, yo, who is this person he talking about? He hyping him up so much, even though it don't be no cap still. He hyping him up so much, so I gotta stay glued.
You feel like that person somebody.
Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to do. No matter if the person is the biggest person in the world, they just started, they've been doing it for 2-3 years, whatever. Everybody's supposed to feel welcome, highly welcome at that. That's one of the ways that you bring people back. And it ain't about no old for facade, for some likes, for some clout, for people to sit here and say, oh, I want to rock with you or your show beneficial. None of that. It's just genuine and natural.
So let's talk about, what's one of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome with getting your podcast started?
Well, for one, bro, it was two main things. For one, finding a place to do my podcast at first. Because around the time when I first started doing it, wasn't nobody really focusing on no podcast. So with that, it was hard to find a place to do it. And then it's even harder because we talking about not a regular podcast. It's a smoking podcast. You know what I mean? Places prohibit smoking right now in their buildings. Yeah. Even people that still came to me still to this day, yo, you could do it, you could do it. Can you smoke in there? Nah, bro, you gotta smoke outside. Well, we can't do it. It's no, how you gonna do a smoking podcast, but we smoking outside, but we being fried on the podcast, but with no weed on the camera. That don't make sense. That's hustling backwards. And that's not updating and elevating your brand. It's misconstruing it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that ain't gonna work. But finding that, and then on top of that, finding the right cameraman or a cameraman that's gonna be very consistent, bro. I just got that, and we still getting little niches together, but for the most part, that took the longest, bro. I done went through on a tip where I done paid people the price they asked for and turned around and got really halfway of none of my services that I was supposed to get. Like, I done did great interviews with it, and this is when I first started out the gate. And turned around, the interviews got scrapped, the footage was gone, I couldn't find it. After I paid people, when after the interviews was done, then turn around, I paid another dude money, gave him the schedule, everything else, and then turn around. Once we got really locked in and focused with it, everything switched. Couldn't make certain stuff. I had to still shoot. But with that, I learned that you can't, regardless, even if you pay a man or pay a person what they feel like they worth or what they asking for, and you do proper business contract sign and everything, receipts and receipt booklet, that you can't sit here and rely on them or feel like that they gonna be dependable as you dependable with your brand. Like, that's never gonna work, bro. So it gotta be a balance, and you gotta make sure that the person you doing, like, that you have shooting, is dependable, and that their consistency is just as strong as yours, and that even though it's not their brand, that they taking your brand or y'all brand, because y'all a team or supposed to be a team, as one and as strong as you do. Because if they don't, the ship gonna start to sink. Okay. And if you're not as strong as you supposed to be and having the willpower and dedication and consistency and self-belief and motivation for it, It's never gonna work, bro.
Right. That's true.
It's gonna drown.
That's facts. That's facts. So listen, we got down to how he started, from music to jumping into the acting to even branding his own podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We done got into it with Nico Barnes.
Hold up, bro. Before we get off here, I want everybody to know about the podcast. I don't just do artists. I repeat, on my podcast, I don't just do artists. I do people who paint, tattoos, braces. I done had dudes who create shoes and shoelaces, people who do real estate, people who growers who grow weed. I done had people who do edible brands. I done had a dude from Detroit who helped build the Hellcat engine on my show. People who do clothing brands, paint, graphic design, TV work, film, write books, and some more. Like, it all. You can't limit yourself. Everybody want to limit to, I'm gonna just do artists. Well, that's all you gonna get. If you put yourself in a box within yourself, you can't get mad at the next man doing it. You already allowed yourself to be in a box.
Listen. So listen, y'all got a lot from our guy Nico Barnes. Tell them where they can follow you at, bro. You can follow me on Instagram at BondDog1320, BondDawg1320. You can go to my website, thesmokestation.com, dasmokestation.com. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you can follow me at BlockBoys_Shufa, and that's BlockBoys with a Z, y'all. _Shufa, SHUFFA. And you can follow my whole team at Blockboy Radio. Shout out to my guy DJ Waters. He'll be here at the next episode. Shout out to him. Listen, you can follow him at _DJ Waters with 2 Z's. That's DJ Water with 2 Z's. And listen, man, each and every Tuesday we right here at the Coyote Man Show Network. You can go ahead and download that app on your Roku TV, your Amazon Fire Stick. Listen, we everywhere. And listen, don't forget, you can also go to www.coyotemanonline.com/BlockBoyRadio. And every Saturday and Sunday, Hooligan Express. Go ahead and download that in all app stores. We here, man. It's Blockboy Radio. So don't forget, if it's not hot on the block, it's not hot at all.
And Hooligan Express Radio.